Hey everyone, Red Dragon here, and today we are back in U-Boat for a look at patch 1.26 and all of its hotfixes. And by look at, I mean I'm just going to play the game and point out the cool new stuff. This isn't really going to be a super in-depth what is every single detail they've changed, because most of it is pretty general and generic, and the rest of it is so nitty-gritty that honestly it's above my level of knowledge and expertise to really, I don't want to say not care about, but I'm not a hardcore, delve into the game files and see what makes it tick type of guy. To make a long story short, there's some new ships, there's some new little gameplay mechanics, and we'll take a look at them. But first, this is a new save since last time because it's just easier to start a new save when there is a new patch. We have all our same crew. They are tired because the game's been running in the background while I've been doing other stuff. My bad. I'm a poor manager. We're going to pick a mission here to get started, and then we'll get out to sea and discuss some other things. Any orders from the Admiralty? Yes. Alright, what do we got? We got Patrol Sector CO, travel to 2,000 kilometers inside, sink enemy trade ships grossing 4,000 tons, use experimental G7E torpedoes, and that'll speed up research on them. That is not a bad option. Travel 2250, 7,000 tons, and we get another radio operator. Or bonus reputation points, 10,000 tons of shipping, and 2,500 kilometers. I think we're going to go with the G7 torpedo mission because new torpedoes are not a bad thing. So we need to, I believe, outfit our ship with the G3 torpedoes before we leave port. If that is... Yes. So I need to go here and swap out torpedoes. Show me what you got. Alright, how does one free space for torpedoes? Aha, there we go. Whoop. Did I free too much space? There it is. Alright. We need to get 4 hits with the prototype torpedoes. Okay. Let's see if I can not suck enough to do that. Alright, let's get out to open water and we will discuss further once we get there. Alrighty, we have left sight of the coast, and for a second or two here I'd like to address a couple things. If you are not interested, feel free to skip ahead. Somewhere on screen will be the timestamp for where you can do that. But real quick, I know about a month ago I mentioned that I would be moving into an office space that was going to allow me better access to internet, therefore allowing me to produce better content a little bit quicker and do a little bit of live streaming and try to kind of expand this tiny little hobby into something a little bigger. The good news is that is still going forward. We have run into a small issue of the internet provider at the location apparently is claiming that they do not service that location, even though bills have been being paid at that location and internet and phone service has been being provided at that location for 9 years. So yeah, customer service, what are you going to do? But that's getting sorted through with the local office as opposed to the help center call line that's who knows where. So slowly but surely that's getting dealt with. Another thing is slowly I'm going to start doing different games on the channel. I started that this past week by uploading some War Thunder content again. Not the most amazing War Thunder content, it was just some recorded games with a friend of mine, but it's a start, and I'd like to do that a little bit more, get a little bit more in-depth with those videos and a couple others, because I love U-Boat, but it is not the only game I enjoy, and in fact, if I had to choose one over the other, I would probably choose War Thunder just because it's one of my favorite games, and I will expound upon that in the future in a War Thunder video, I am sure. But if you are ever so willing, please feel free to go check those out. Links will be all the places they should, yada yada blah blah. Also, if you aren't subscribed, please do subscribe. I would very much appreciate that. And if you're not already, go follow me on Twitter, because that's the most convenient form of social media for me to use to reach out and eventually start updating you as to what is going on in the world of YouTube and or maybe even live streaming eventually, etc. and whatnot. We all know how the game is played. We've been watching enough YouTube for long enough to know that all that helps. So I appreciate it and thank you in advance for all of that. And now on to the ship sinking nonsense. Crucial technology has been loaded onto the freighter Empire Lark. It must be sunk at all costs. Position is 33 north, 25 east. Alright. 33 north, 25 east. Of course it is. And let me guess, it is heading to Alexandria, and we're nowhere near it. I have no idea. I'm going to break contact with this guy then, so that we can find that transport. Because the one tiny little freighter that... Oh, good lord, we found chimney smoke. But we also broke contact, I think, so not important. Yeah, we have broken contact, which is fine. We don't need to sink one transport when we have probably a convoy down here. Oh, I really hope they don't beat us to Alexandria. Yep, it is literally 1 in the morning, which means it's pitch black outside. That is exactly not what I wanted. Good. This is good. This is fine. Everything's fine. Alright, this is going to be an absolute nightmare with realistic night on, but we can still get it done, I think. So let's... Periscope depth. We'll put him on the hydrophone. We'll go make him drink coffee because I didn't send him to sleep when I should have. You. Drink copious amounts of caffeine to compensate for your lack of sleep. Aha, there he is. I knew if we waited long enough. Alright, let's creep up this way here. It's going to take my ship a moment to turn completely around at this low speed. So I will not be able to see them manually because of the realistic night setting. So we're going to come to a stop here. Alright, so most of this is going to be done non-visually on my part. And real quick, let's send you to sleep. Let's make you...
Kapitän?
Yet again, drink more coffee. So we have transports. We can't visually spot them yet. They're too far over the horizon, I think. I mean, he can't spot them, but I'm wondering if we could. They are not running with lights on, which means I won't be able to see them, which is not helpful. Alright. So let's get our course track started for these guys. Boop. And then we'll go back and use that later to find what direction they're heading. It's probably going to be about 100 degrees, because 90 is straight left and right, or in this case, right, and they're going slightly south of that, so I'm going to guess it's about 100. Don't quote me on that, because I'll probably be wrong. Alright, so we got a course point, and I could do one for each individual ship, but I've been finding that if it's a convoy moving all in the same direction, they're typically going the same course and speed up until you fire torpedoes and alert them. So it's not a bad idea, especially if you're short on time. Just target the lead ship or the center ship maybe for your course track. because it's going to save you time, and they should all be heading to the same place anyway. Same with speed. They're moving as a convoy. They're most likely moving at the same speed. And if you were shooting at 4 ships at once, you might miss one who's moving on a slightly different course or a slightly different speed. But with ships this big, 6 knots versus 5 knots, or 100 degrees course versus 109 degree course, especially at the ranges I typically like to shoot at, which is, nope, I don't want to point there, which is 2 kilometers roughly or less sometimes, it's not going to make that big of a difference. All right. Oh, I can barely see. There's a star. I see wave effect. So the horizon is somewhere there. So let's go. Well, it's not 90 degrees. 90 is to our right. It's 270 degrees off our. Oh yeah, I can't see Malarkey. I can't see him, but the game knows I'm looking at him. Oh my god, I can barely see him. Okay, well, this is still not doable, but it's definitely not great. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see it on your monitors even. But there is a ship right there. And there is a ship right here. As to what they are, though, I have no idea. I can get a speed, though. I have enough of a silhouette, I think I can get a speed. But I don't know that I'm going to be able to identify what it is. Okay. Cool. Let's start our speed track here. Oh, this is not going to be easy. I can hardly tell where that thing ends. Alright, he's reading 4 knots. I don't know that that's correct. I want to run that again, because they don't normally run at 4 knots. It's either 5 or 6. And who knows, I might be wrong because I'm not... Oh, I'm looking at the back of the wrong ship. That's why I read that as 1 ship. That's 2 ships. Oh. Yep, it is 5 knots. See, this is why finding targets in the dark is ill-advised. Now the question is, what type of ship is he? They have him as an Empire Tower, which is possible. Yeah, that could be him. There are 2 ships right on top of each other, so it's hard to tell. Yeah, I can't tell. He's definitely got 1 crane in front. Which could make him an Empire Tower. I think whatever they are, they're the same ship. Nah, I think he's in an Empire Explorer because he's got these 2 vertical stilts at the back. I'm going to recognize him as an Empire Tower. Or an Empire Explorer. Wait, what? Yeah, Empire Explorer. And then this guy I'm also going to identify as an Empire Explorer. I'm going to also mark him as doing 5 knots. I got to find this distance from me too. That's going to be a nightmare in this darkness. Alright. And what about you? You are... something. I have no idea. But we're going to mark you doing 5 knots as well. So, yeah, this is... Doing the targets at all manually is simply a matter of what can I figure out right now? What's the easiest thing for me to solve? Course, we're going to figure out. Speed, you can figure out pretty easy. Distance, if you can see them, it's easy. If you can't see them, you might have to rely on the crew to do it. It's all a matter of what what's doable, what's possible. For example, I'm not going to get line of sight on these guys unless I move the ship up, which I can do at the risk of them seeing me, but it's also pitch black, so I might be fine. What does he say? I could manually find their distance. I think I'm close enough to do that. In fact, let's just creep the ship forward. The torpedoes are warmed. Freighter 1 has almost 100% target lock on him. Even with 100% target lock, though, I'm not convinced of 106.4 degrees, of course. But we'll see. I'm going to go to these close ships here. Oh, yeah, he's super... I mean, again, depending on the brightness of your monitor, this guy is really easy to see because he is much closer. I'm also zoomed all the way in, but let's see if we can get a distance on him. Oh, that is incredibly difficult to see anything. Okay, this might not happen. Yeah, that, we might have to measure his distance on the map, because I have no idea where his mast starts and stops. Holy cow. Because the ghost effect puts kind of a tint over everything. Oh wait, no, I see his flag. Okay, we're gonna make an educated guess here. Alright. 3 kilometers, which is what the crew guessed, so I'm gonna go with that's more or less accurate. In fact, we can check that right now. Hello? Can we... Am I not allowed to measure unless I put a point down? That's aggravating. Fine. I can't put a point right on my own ship. Alright. Okay. So he's just inside 3 kilometers is what I'm saying. What I'm getting here. So 3, 3, and 3. Okay. And I'm running out of oxygen. Well, these are not Navy vessels, so I don't have to worry about sonar. So let's fire up the compressor. Or the ventilation, rather. The compressor will kill us faster. Let's not do that. Also, I didn't have him turn on the blue light. I had him turn on the red light.
Jawohl.
What did I tell you? Just tell you.
Zu Befehl.
Yeah, just turn on the blue light and turn on the ventilation.
Jawohl.
Good. Okay. Let's get a course. I apologize if I'm rambling also, by the way. I'm just thinking out loud for most of this. Alright, we got a course. He didn't quite cross that line. We could have waited a few seconds, but we didn't, so oh well. So let's go right here and right here and start drawing some lines. That's north-south. Nope. No. Did I just move that point? I think I did. Too late now. It'll be good enough for government work. Alright, there's that. Line up. There we go. And bam. 107 degrees. Alright, so the crew is pretty spot on with their guess. Good. So let's start punching in the information that we know. So the crew has them as 2 kilometers away, 107 degrees. Course. Ship B is 3 kilometers away at 107 degrees course. This guy I'm going to put at 3 kilometers away at 107 degrees heading. And yeah, we're going to confirm 2 kilometers away for him. Alright, we are ready to start launching torpedoes, even though we have technically not had official line of sight on these guys, according to the game logic. I can see them manually, but my crew is having a difficult time, apparently. I don't need that. Alright. So the torpedo launching interface is slightly different. So, you still have your torpedoes here, and these should be, yeah, they're tier T1 torpedoes, so we're not going to use the T3s because we don't have them loaded, which admittedly is my fault for not shuffling torpedoes around, but oh well, there's always another convoy. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3 targets. I'm thinking a torpedo each, because we don't know, well, which one? The Empire Lark, that doesn't tell me what class he is, because these are all Empire class freighters, just slightly different Empire class freighters. So I'm thinking 1 torpedo each, and then if any of them need a secondary torpedo, we can do that, or use the deck gun. So, first things first. Freighter 1. Actually, let's launch at the rear freighter first. Now, the game has this weird thing where sometimes it'll let you switch targets with the torpedo selection open, and sometimes it won't. I'm having issues with that sometimes. So as you can see, we have speed and depth adjustment. You can adjust dispersion, but when you're only firing 1 torpedo, it doesn't matter. So we're going to fire these off in fairly rapid succession. We're going to go this freighter, this freighter, this freighter, and hopefully they'll hit roughly the same time. So here we go. Yeah, see, it doesn't want to let me switch targets with this open right now. And who knows, this might even hit one of these guys trying to get to him. Yeah. There we go. And there we go. All right, 3 torpedoes away, one extra one ready to go if we need it. Let's go to Bailey here and watch from afar as our torpedoes strike their targets. 4, 3, 2, 1. Uh-oh. That's not good.
Treffer.
Aha! There it
Feuer
is.
an Deck.
So that means
20
something was
Sekunden.
slightly off in our calculation, but it still hit. So where's number 2?
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Treffer.
1.
Feuer an Deck.
All right. So again, something is slightly off, either in our range estimate or,
Der A ging daneben, Herr
or our
Kaloi.
speed.
Rohr 3 geladen. Treffer. Feuer an Deck.
All right, I think one of our torpedoes hit the same ship twice. Let's check the map and see what it says. Yeah, I think the torpedo meant for this guy. Oh, no, wait. Oh, it was just because he's behind in our view. Well, we sunk the Lark, which is good. So we did get a hit on all 3 targets. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Well, the Empire Lark was the lead ship, so hooray. Let's have our radio guy hop on here. And let's go back
Herr Kaloi.
to manual mode here. So the Empire Lark was sunk. How about our other guys? How are they doing? Alright, so the Empire Lola and the Empire Lake. Empire Lake is essentially sunk. The Empire Lola, however, has been abandoned but is not actively sinking. So we need to solve that issue, I think, by the subtle application of heavy artillery. It's another hit. Can I start a fire on deck, please?
Feuer an Deck.
There we go. We'll let you burn. Couldn't tell if that was a hit in the water or on the ship. Okay, well now we're firing AP, which I don't want. Can we load high explosive?
Höhe an Bord. Sie sinken.
Alright. Empire Lola sunk. Good. Did the Empire Lake sink as well? The Empire Lake is still floating somewhere. Okay. Alright, how about armor piercing now? There it is. Okay, bye.
Sie sinken.
That's all it took. Just several cannon shells. Good, 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 good. Alright. Let's report her has sunk. I think that'll fulfill our amount of shipping sunk. Yes, it did. And now we will return to the combat area, and there's just going to be an endless stream of convoys streaming into the port of Alexandria, because at this time England is defending Egypt from Italian and German forces in North Africa. So this is the boon of the Mediterranean naval combat scene. So we should be able to find plenty of targets to destroy. Sweet Fanny Adams. We got a big old biggins. Big old biggins. 8 to 19 ships. I am a happy lad.